Never went,
Yeah.
but certainly know people that have.
Yeah. That was a pretty expensive ride they went on.
More than once.
Yeah. 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 Well, just referring to the Kentucky Derby.
Paul can hear himself laugh. That's when he knows he's on the air. See, look, now watch. He's going to have nothing to say now. He's
That
going
guy's
to
breaking my balls.
he'll have plenty to say for the last 5 minutes, and then you put the microphones on. It's like,
You going to the Kentucky Derby, Paul?
No, I kind of wish I was, though.
Yeah.
I never understood that whole thing.
It was a retreat. It was a corporate building retreat.
It's a good point. It's a team building.
It was team building,
team
absolutely.
building, yes.
No agenda, nothing. They
No,
just,
team building.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
We talking Norwich Public Utilities?
Well, that whole
we're talking
there was
CMAC.
Groton was involved, and
Yeah.
CMEC was involved, and
I think some guy from Jewett City went, but he kind of like
Ken did not go.
no. But
No,
did somebody from Jewett City go? No.
not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was a lot of legal bills there, and
Yeah.
CMEC's insurance or whoever CMEC wrote the checks for it all.
Yep.
I heard them legal bills were well over $5 million.
Yeah. Did he even get to jail? Yeah.
No, they got sentenced, but they appealed it. So because it's on appeal, they don't have to go. And listen, that appeal is never going to go anywhere. It's
No.
just the lawyers told them. I heard that the judge even told them appeal it, and by the time it ever comes back to court again, it'll be gone. And as a matter of fact, the judge is going to be gone because I heard that's why it got delayed a couple times in the process was because he has cancer. So
gotcha.
yeah, it's they got away.
Got away.
Yep.
But they lost their jobs.
They lost their jobs. They lost face. I mean, listen, they'll never get a job anywhere else
No.
doing what they were doing. I mean,
No.
I know, our old general manager for Norwich. I mean, he's designing septic systems and digging dirt, and he's working for a living. I mean,
Yeah.
um,
Well, they weren't old enough to really retire.
no,
Yeah, think about
he's my sister's age, so he's 60 or 61 now.
Yeah. And they probably lost their retirement too from.
No, he did not.
Oh, he did not.
No,
Ooh.
he did.
There
not.
hasn't been a lot of this stuff coming out with the Norwich Public Utilities and the whole thing with the Kentucky Derby in a while.
Yeah.
Been
Yeah.
kind of squashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's for the most part, it's done and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got to actually when he left, he was not old enough to collect his pension or didn't have the number of years plus age, so he had to leave, and it was like 4 months before he met that criteria, and they kept him on the payroll for like $1 a month as a consultant,
Wow.
and so he could get to that point and collect his pension.
He's lucky.
And
Was
listen,
it the old CEO?
general manager?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's $144,000 a year.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money.
Nice.
He's lucky.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Damn lucky.
Well, the board liked him.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they agreed with what he did, but I mean, they liked him.
Yeah.
And listen, as a general manager, I worked there for almost 20 years. I mean, he did a good job. He treated the employees good. We never had a complaint as far as that went.
Yeah.
They did stupid things. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. No, it's just got a big grant too, right?
They got a couple of them.
Yeah, this got
Get
one
rid
for
of
what, 10 million?
lead water pipes.
Yeah.
The business park up on Canterbury Turnpike up in that area.
Yeah.
They got a big grant for that. They get a lot of grant money.
Yeah. They got like 10 million. I just heard recently
Yeah.
they got 10 million to
I think
replace all the
that's to take
gas
out-
lines or something.
I think that's to take out the rest of the lead water pipes in town.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's hey, good for them. They got good people running the show. I mean, they do what they got to do, and they know how to do it.
Yeah. Well,
Grant writers, whatever they got.
unfortunately, we're not that lucky.
We don't have grant writers.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
When is that going to change?
Not
Probably
gonna.
never.
It's not going to change.
They took the money out of the budget for that. Well, proposed,
Yeah.
but even still.
I think what we got to do is start to look into sharing resources across towns.
Wouldn't be
Okay.
a bad deal.
Share resources across town.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we share resources with Lisbon. Or
Like, what would you want to
Oh.
share?
Well, I don't think.
Plainfield's got it going on, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think you'd really want to share a grant writer because now they're fighting against each other. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, but I'm sure there's other things that,
Well, if a developer came to Griswold and said, "Hey, we want to build this here,"
you know,
what would that have to do? I wouldn't see a conflict of interest there. If somebody from Plainfield wrote a grant to make that happen here, they didn't go to Plainfield.
Yeah.
They came here.
yeah,
You know, the grant writer could. I mean, but they're an employee up there, so it's
yeah,
probably a tough thing.
yeah. But yeah, that's something we probably should look into eventually. This sharing resources. I know it was talked about quite a few years ago. Sharing resources was a way to save money. You know.
I wonder if there's a way to do it.
What if
through
Plainfield doesn't need to, they just want to do their own thing? I mean,
Well, that's Plainfield.
if we want to share resources, it kind of makes us sound weak.
Well, we are weak.
We are. We don't have any money.
Okay, so how did we get there?
Well,
And how do we fix it? How do we know that? Like a town, like we're sandwiched between two towns that have really good economic
That are doing
development.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're looking at us going, we'll just take you over. We don't want to.
Yeah.
Why would they take their resources and go, here you go, we want to help you out because you're struggling. They're doing their own thing.
The Southeastern Council of Governments was brought up at a couple of different points in all of this. I mean, has anybody followed up with that? Maybe there's some grant writing people there that you could, like the blight person. They hire the blight person for 5 hours a week. I mean, could you hire a grant writer, like say, as needed?
Yeah.
Make it a merit-based thing. I mean, if they get you a grant, they get paid good.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true. Merit based would be a good way to do it.
I
You
don't
get a
know.
grant, we give you so much money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to write the grant and land us some money, and we'll pay you. Exactly.
It's a good
Why
point.
can't we do that in house? We have people in house that can write grants. Why can't we?
Well, the problem is that they're doing other jobs.
I think
as well.
Tina's got
Yeah,
enough on her
yeah,
plate. She
you
doesn't
can't
need to do that.
concentrate
Right.
on doing grants.
But aren't there other people in town hall that know how to write grants?
Tina can do it.
sans Tina. I know.
Yeah.
I know Tina
Mhm.
can.
Yep.
She's
I don't
proven
know.
that in the fact. I mean, in the past. But
I would assume other people could.
Well,
so why don't we do it?
why,
I mean,
aren't
why don't they do it? Why?
why aren't we sending persons or people to training to learn how to write a grant?
I don't know. I don't know any of that. But
Hopefully, it's not we're union people and it's not in our job description type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I bet there's got to be people out there, I would think, that are kind of like guns for hire almost.
Mm,
You know what I mean? That do it for multiple towns.
for anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just come in and find the need. Then they get they're commissioned based, and
I mean, there's no reason why we really have to hire an employee. You could just hire a contractor to come in and do what you want them to do.
Yeah, because I can't see it
Good.
being a full time job. I
Yeah.
just really can't.
No.
You're not going to write grants every day of the week.
Yeah. I mean,
Lori, I'm gonna make Mike Minarski beg for whoopie pies sorter. Says Tina and I have inquired about grant writers through CCOG. That service isn't offered.
Oh, okay.
But okay, if that's the case, then
Yeah.
what about
I knew
independent
it was brought up.
contractors? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's been talked about before, but why not an independent contractor?
yeah.
Hell, go on Fiverr, and find somebody that can write grants.
Yeah. And I think you're right. Merit based. If you do a grant for $100,000, then you get a certain percentage.
Right.
You know?
You ever heard of Fiverr?
No.
No.
Okay, Fiverr is just a base of professionals on a whole bunch of different things. Anything you could find, freelance people.
Oh.
Wow.
So anything from copywriting to graphic design to HR.
No kidding.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever looked into doing any of that stuff. We always hire people to work for the town.
Well, I know they're looking into getting an HR person here for town, but I think through the Council of Governments, I don't think they necessarily want to straight out hire somebody to be here full time.
No.
All right, so I just went to
Yeah.
No kidding.
Here's one. Grant funding specialist. Grant writing, grant proposal writing, business proposal, letter of intent, federal grant. Her name is Jane.
Hmm.
She has a 4.8 star rating out of 5.
Wow.
I will do grant writing, grant proposal, grant application, grant research, 501c3.
No kidding.
I am Jane, a professional grant writer who enjoys researching and writing about various topics, providing content for any business needs. My areas of expertise include grant writing, business plans, and more. So why can't we do
No excuse.
what do we have to lose, really? Right? Hey Jane, we need this. Can you check it out?
Yeah.
You get it? You get this.
But I'm not sure if they went down there.
I don't think so.
I know, but here's
Why
an
not?
idea. Why
That's
not?
the question.
Why not?
Yeah.
Same
Why
way with
not?
the human resources person.
Right.
I mean, I think a lot of towns would like to have a human resource person. I don't know if Lisbon has one.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can't count Plainfield in because they're just
Yeah, it's a different world.
it's a whole different world. up there.
They're above and beyond
Yeah.
anything going on around here right now,
Yeah, I
which
mean-
is good for them. Hey, you know what? They're doing well.
Here's her last review, which was very recent. 5 stars. Jane has saved our firm and much expense on incompetency and scammers. 2 days after the application, we received a call of assurance for funding from the agency she submitted our application to. We are very appreciative of your skill and competency.
Yeah.
We recommend this seller to any individual and corporate owned business. And Jane says thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of these grant writers are known to the places that they're used to dealing with. You know, if you're a grant writer and you've been doing it for a long time and you're submitting grants to,
You know how to do it.
you know how to do it, and they recognize
Yep.
you because this person just submitted before, so they know that you're going to, cross every T and dot every I.
I'm sure, right? Exactly. I'm sure when you're looking for big money like that, if you miss a dot or a cross on a T or
Yeah.
something like that, you're going to get rejected
Yeah.
and start over.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Yeah, but that is something that should be considered.
What I don't understand is like, what is there to lose?
Nothing.
There's nothing to lose in this.
No.
Lori says grant writers I've worked with through the borough specify which grants they deal with. Our grant process for the WW wastewater treatment plant flood wall took over 4 years.
Wow.
Okay, I mean that's fine, but
They got it.
yeah, and they did,
Yeah.
and we got to start the process on other things. If we sit back and just say, "Well, I don't know," maybe we shouldn't.
No,
I don't know.
Totally agree.
You
I
know?
don't know.
So, like Lori, you are the border the warden for the borough.
She's the main poobah.
That's right. She's the grand poobah. She's the queen of Jewett City,
The key holder.
the key holder to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Lori, why? Let me ask you this: why would looking for a grant writer through maybe a different process or something, be a bad thing?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it worth a conversation?
Of course.
Why would it be? I don't think you'd want to hire him permanent because now you got to pay him all kinds
None of these
pennies.
people are permanent.
Huh?
None of these people on Fiverr are permanent.
I know, but why would we want to hire our own? Because
Right,
now you got to
right.
pay him the bennies. Bennies are a lot of money.
You get done with them, you pay them. That's it. See you later.
Gone.
It's over.
Yeah,
You need them again, you call.
Pay them a commission. Thanks.
exactly.
Per diem.
Yeah.
It's something we've never done. I don't know if any town has
I don't
done
know.
that.
There's nothing, just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And speaking of Jane,
Jane.
Daryl said, I've never met a Jane I didn't like.
As long as it's not Karen.
Yeah, okay, Tarzan.
Lori says, absolutely. I didn't hear if Jane is paid salary or commission. Email her.
Exactly.
I guess the thing is just go like there are different employment websites and professionals that are around there that you can get. There are people that will do all your administrative stuff.
Sure.
It's so easy to do now.
Well,
these days.
I think a lot of your big companies are moving away from having internal employees and have a lot of it
On certain things, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
outsourced to have them.
They hire them as contractors. They hire them
Yeah.
for a 2-year contract, 1-year contract,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it's like Eversource really, they have a lot of contractors.
Yeah.
They don't have linemen. They may have a few linemen in house, but a lot of their linemen are contractors.
They're out of the locals.
Yeah.
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 I'm really. I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but like we talk about in-house people and stuff. I'm really worried about Hartford. With the insurance industry, because that right there, that's people are not working in the offices like they used to. Hartford being the insurance capital of the world,
Right.
or at least the United States, or at least it was.
They were. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are all these? What are they going to do with all these large? Because eventually they're not going to be needed.
To
And
be
I think,
vacant. Yep.
and I think they found that out through COVID.
Yeah, they'll make apartments out of them.
That's stacked housing.
That's exactly what
Mm.
There's not enough housing.
It's apocalyptic. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's what the rumor going around about the Crystal Mall is going to be
Apartments.
low income housing or something down there. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing if it can be used and it's decent.
Right.
As long as it's not like apocalyptic and somebody's outside the big metal garbage can doing a burn.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay warm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that's where it's heading.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, really, the big Travelers building, right? I mean, those people are eventually going to just work from home.
I mean, you got the Phoenix building downtown, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Which would look like a pirate ship, for Christ's sakes. Yeah.
We've already started with sending people, like, for example, like customer service representatives, like all the folks from not Atlantic Broadband, but
Breeze line.
They're working from home.
I talked to him the other day. Yep.
Sometimes you hear a dog barking in the background.
Yeah.
Yep. I called the Norwich Bulletin the other day. Now, I know they're not on Railroad Avenue anymore.
Uh-huh.
When COVID came, they were working from home. I know a couple people, and I know that.
Uh-huh.
But I know they got bought out by Fall River News. So when you did call them, you usually got switched over to somebody up in Fall River, and it was no big deal. But I called the Bulletin the other day, and the girl that answered the phone was very, very Chinese. And when she put me on hold and came back, the music that played in the meantime was what you would hear in a Chinese restaurant. And it wasn't just regular old music. And I thought to myself, as this call's overseas, it's not even in this country.
Yeah.
And she got
Philippines
back on the
is big
phone
for
and
that.
she says, what paper are you calling about? So I know that she wasn't working for the Norwich Bulletin. I dialed the 860-887 number. That's a Norwich number. And it was not.
Right.
Not in Norwich.
Yeah.
No way.
The Philippines has a lot of call centers.
This was not Philippines.
Did you know there are places where you can find Filipino workers from Manila that are very talented?
Yeah.
But they work extremely cheap.
Yeah.
Sure they do.
Well, I think India.
I mean, we're talking like $20 a week, and $20 a week.
That's a lot
American.
of money for them.
That's a lot of money
For them.
Yeah. Well,
All your roofing companies. Look at all your roofing companies. They got all them Guatemalans.
Mhm.
I mean, they go up to Hartford somewhere and get them. I talked to one guy. They go up there and they get these crews. And, one guy, the guy who did my roof, he uses the same crews every year. He gets the same guys because they work great, and on it goes. But yeah, that's what you're getting.
Sure.
Nobody wants to do that stuff anymore.
No.
And these young men and women are very good workers.
They were there. I left for work at 7:30 that morning.
They don't leave till it's done.
They weren't there at that point.
Yeah.
I got home at 4:45. It was done, picked up, cleaned up, and gone. I never found a nail on the ground, nothing. I mean, them guys were that good.
Yeah.
That good.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're paid here I need a livable wage.
Yeah. That was strip the old roof. It wasn't go over. It was remove it and replace it.
19 years old. I gotta make $20 an hour.
Yeah.
My lifestyle. I can't live.
Well,
They have no idea.
it was very obvious.
Peggy says attainable housing. Okay, Peggy, I don't know what you meant by attainable housing.
Low income.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if she was commenting to the conversation in Hartford, about.
Well,
And
listen.
this is what Peggy does, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know where she was going with that. I just want to be sure.
Attainable is not $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Right.
That's hardly attainable.
Right. And you have young people that are paying that, or they're just because. I mean, what is it, like a status symbol by telling you how much you pay?
That's what the going rate is. It's terrible.
I thought when I was growing up, $300 a month was rough.
I paid $275 with heat and hot water included. Yep. Imagine that. And that was a lot of money. I was making $12 an hour. Building nuclear submarines, for crying out loud, right? $12 an hour.
Paul paid 6 pence. And a crown.
Oh, God.
Okay, she says office buildings are difficult to convert, but yes, was referring to Hartford.
No.
Mm.
Well,
True, because you got to add bathrooms, you got to add kitchens, you got to add, there's a whole lot of infrastructure that's got to go into a building that's nothing more than desks and chairs.
Yeah.
It's,
a lot of petitions, a
Yeah.
lot of
Right.
plumbing,
Right.
heat.
Yeah.
Well, it's heat, but it's
doable if you get it for the right price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a market for it.
There is a market for it because they are in Hartford.
Sure.
They're complaining about
Sure.
there's no rents, there's nothing.
Look at the old mills. They're giving money away to renovate old mills, make them places to live.
I know. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know who would know about that is Matt downstairs at Paragon
Oh, yeah.
at Capital Property Group. Yeah.
Yep.
You would know all about that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're rehabbing an old mill up in Thompson, North Grovernordale.
The Panema Mill's absolutely fabulous, what they did in there. If you've ever been in there, it's amazing.
The old Thermos building.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They
I can
built-
remember going there when that was still a functioning
What's the
factory.
one in Central Village?
Oh, I don't know.
It's an old mill
Oh, I don't
that
know.
they converted into condos.
I don't know.
It's right at the intersection of like 14 and 12.
Oh, yeah. On the left, heading that way. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of that.
But there's a lot of them.
Mhm.
That,
And they give you oodles of money, to renovate them. I think the one at the Panema, the first phase of the Panema, they got something like $10 million in grants for that. It was absolutely nuts.
there's billions and billions out there in
yeah.
grants.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important that we maybe look into unconventional resources.
And it's fully rented. Everything.
Yeah, because there's no housing.
What
Yeah.
about the what is it? Something Oaks, whatever, right on by 395.
Oh, by 395. That, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that supposed to start as one building? And now there's 2 or 3 in there they built right away?
There's
That's
3.
all. That's
you
all.
think?
That's low cost housing. That's,
No, it is not.
I think it's
It is not low cost.
I think it's
housing.
income based, isn't it?
Maybe
Not low income, but income based.
I don't know anybody in there that's
I
paying
don't
less
either.
than $1,200.
well, it belongs to the state, right?
No,
The
I don't
state-
think so. I have not heard anybody ever complain about that place.
I
either.
know that
No,
ever.
I know the town had no say in it.
Well, there's a lot of cops over there.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they're there
I know that. I
You
know-
never hear about it though.
every day.
Yeah, because the town. had
Where are you
nothing.
going to hear it? Oh wait a minute, we don't want to go there.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, well, let's move on from that. But no, there are
Mm,
different there are cops over there all the time.
wow.
Well, a lot of the people in Hartford are getting evicted too. Which I found out that the ones in Hartford that they're complaining about the evictions is that the rents are paid, but the building was sold to somebody else
Oh,
out
geez.
of state, and they want to raise the rents, so they're evicting all the tenants that are in there. That have been in there.
Where are
for
these
years.
people going to go?
That's what they're complaining about.
Oh, they're the ones that are on college campuses
No, it's not
Yeah.
that.
barking out, getting
In,
No,
arrested.
no.
in a tent.
Yeah.
No, no,
Hey,
those-
3
those-
squares a day, man.
That's no.
There's the apartments over in Norwich. Summit Woods. was
Sandy
on-
Lane.
No, over on Mechanic Street up in the back there off of West Main, where the intersection of West
Oh,
Main and
yeah, yeah,
Asylum
yeah,
up in
yeah.
the back, Summit Woods.
Yeah.
So that was owned by the 3 guys that own Brown Builders. Mike, Joe, and Rico Mastronunzio. And the Griswold people. The father, I think, if he's still alive, he still lives out here somewhere. But very well kept place, very nice place to live, and they sold, and it's got bought by a bunch of guys out of Canada. I was told that own all of that now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got these people living out of town. They don't give a damn about the
They
people.
don't. They don't even know what the place looks like.
They just raise the rent for the hell of it. Yeah. So
So why would they care?
they don't. Exactly.
They're buying a business for an investment.
That's all it is.
You
That's
know,
all it is.
that's all it is.
And that's what the people in Hartford are complaining about.
Yeah.
So,
So you admit, let's kind of skip subjects here. Jump. You were talking before we turned the mics on about colleges.
oh,
What's going on there?
they're all over.
Let's go camping.
I think Wesleyan just started up, right? They're at Wesleyan. They're at UConn, right?
Is it the Ivy Leagues that are doing it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. Columbia,
the
Yale.
they call it protests. I don't quite understand it. Camping out in front of a college, calling it a protest, but
Yeah. Ones in California are a little bit tough. I think there's been some threatening going on down in California.
that and the anti-Semitic things, I guess, have been on the rise in those little encampments too, and that's why they're bringing in police to break them up. And there's what I read yesterday out of 3 or 4 colleges. There's been hundreds of students that have been arrested and taken away because of.
Yeah.
Listen, you get that many people
I mean,
together,
it's-
something's going to start going sideways.
There's two sides to that story.
I'm sure.
It's not just all one-sided. You know?
Mm,
I
It's
mean,
over the war in Gaza.
yeah,
well, yeah, but it was all started because of what Hamas did to those kids that were at the concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all young people. They came in and they killed a whole bunch of them, and they took a whole bunch with them, and they're still holding them. A lot of the women were, murdered and raped and everything else. How the hell would they feel if it was them? You know. So there's two sides to the story.
I guess a lot of it's happening at UCLA,
Yeah. I think that's the tough one. I think there's some.
Columbia,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're arresting them.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
when you
yeah.
guys said that, you're talking about where the hell they're putting them?
In and out.
Stacked housing.
In and out. In
Yep.
and out.
Watch that. Watch that happen. Instead of they'll take like the old the Travelers building and make it a big jail.
Yeah, in and out.
Nah, they did that stuff like that. They release them on their own recognizance. They
Yeah.
don't even get a bond or
No.
nothing.
But
Imagine those court dates in and out, in and out, in and out.
Did you learn your lesson? Yes, yes, Your Honor. Okay, see you later.
Nearly 300 people have been arrested this weekend.
But I laugh because who were some of the biggest contributors to a lot of these colleges? Jewish people.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Think about that.
yeah.
A lot of them give big donations to a lot of these colleges, and then fighting them because take away some of those donations and see what happens with the college, right? Because a lot of those colleges depend on that money coming in.
Yeah.
And
And then the problems associated with those Ivy League colleges. I don't know if I read something or somebody said something the other day that if you go for a job and you tell them, oh, I went to Yale or any of the Ivy League colleges, they don't want you. They would rather get you out of a not so famous college because you actually went there to pay attention and learn. You go to the bigger colleges and it's like bragging rights. It's different.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you got to have a college degree. Yeah. But did you make did I ever use anything they tell them? When I first signed up, I said, yeah, I got this. I got these degrees. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Yeah.
They don't care. Once they hire you, you're done. So.
Pay a lot of money for that piece of paper.
Yeah. And then the other thing, they're all looking to have their loans paid for by the government.
And it's being done.
You say, what the hell?
Cindy said Summit Woods is now owned by 2 different entities. She says her company that managed one phase. The owner for that one is out of Norwalk.
The newest ones, I believe, did not go to the people that bought the original part. from what I understood.
Okay.
I don't know who owns. I don't know if they call it Phase 3 or whatever it is, but the new ones did not get bought by the Canadian people that bought the other part. Last I knew.
Okay. I was just gonna say something. Crap. I'm having one of those Mondays. That's why I'm really pretty much like thanking you for taking the lead today.
Still got jet lag.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sleeping great lately. I don't know why. I'm just not. Just for some reason can't fall asleep.
It's all that pressure he's got on for running the show and all the businesses he's in. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to be the new social media king here in Jewett City, and God. I will not ask you to comment on that because that would be totally inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's all good. I actually, on the way here, I ran into Phil Flowers. In case you're listening, Phil.
Oh, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, we were chit chatting a minute and had to go. I told him I was coming here, and of course, I'll have to let Carl know about that. I said, "Yeah, listen, whatever.
Why?
It doesn't matter." I think he was just joking, but it's okay. Doesn't hurt my feelings.
Can't we all just get along?
Apparently, I no. Apparently, no. Oh God.
Yeah. The way it goes.
Huh?
That's the way it goes, I guess.
I think it's funny at this point. But I will say though, it should be fun being had out of it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I
Yeah.
mean, it's if we're too uptight, I don't think I'm uptight about it.
I mean, all you're doing
I know.
is
Who cares?
putting information out there.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, but when I bust some people's balls, I'm just messing around. It's like
Yeah.
whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, can't take a joke. That's the hell with it. It's a problem. That's today was too serious. Can't take a joke.
Yeah. Well, if you're 24 years old paying $1,600 a month, how serious would you be? What a great deal.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting time in the future. Think about it. If we got all this everybody protests on every little thing and all the stuff that's going on and everybody expecting everything, what's going to happen 10 years from now when these kids are all grown up? What's it going to be like?
It's gonna be worse.
Because
They're
now
gonna be grown-ups and still doing it.
yeah. Well, the other thing too is
Entitlement.
They blame.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's the word. That's the word right there.
Did we as older people screw up by passing stuff down to these kids? You know what I'm saying? As we gave them and we wanted to make sure they had it, and then these kids now who are in their 30s, or
I don't think it's so much parents as I think society, colleges, stuff like that. I think a lot of things are out of control. Where kids have seen, or younger adults have seen, we ain't getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Nothing gonna happen to us.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
we can basically alienate and get pissy with anybody we want to.
Yeah, I was just in the news this morning.
What you gonna do about it?
5 gas stations were robbed just overnight. 5 different gas stations got robbed. Got away with
Where's this?
Hartford, Middletown, there's a couple
God.
of places, but they got away with it.
Yeah.
So years ago, you didn't hear this crap. You didn't hear this stuff because you get away with it.
Yeah. And people know that too.
Saw the video online a couple days ago.
It must have been Western Express zipping through town.
I don't think it was down here in Lisbon, but it was a Kohl's store, and
Yeah.
there was 3-4 people that just marched in there and just literally started grabbing piles of stuff off the racks and
What are you gonna do?
nothing. The employees stood there and
We talked
just
about this,
pointed
didn't
to
we?
where
Yeah.
the door was. It was I saw a video, and it's like, man, you gotta be kidding me. You wonder why that. You go into Kohl's, you can't buy a shirt for less than $40. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and they can get away with it. So
Sure.
why would you not do it?
They're not even paying attention to what size. They're just grabbing them.
Right.
What are they doing with them? I don't know.
Selling them.
Yeah.
TikTok shop,
Jeez.
I mean,
eBay,
you can get away with it.
Timu.
Yeah. I don't know what would have happened years ago, but you wouldn't have
No.
got out the door. You
No,
would have got your ass
If you
kicked.
stole a piece
Exactly.
if you stole a piece of gum and made it to the door,
you were lucky.
yeah. And if you got caught, there was hell to pay. And maybe not so much there, but when you got home, you'd get it. Today, kids don't know what that's about.
No.
So Laura just wrote, and this is very true, I believe. She goes, too much entitlement and not enough accountability.
That's right.
If they don't get what they want, they blame someone else, and that is what this. I'm telling you,
Yep.
this is what the society is all about now.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Gen Y, whatever generate. I don't know.
Gen Z or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
No.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We didn't get it handed to us when we were kids. You wanted it, you worked for it. I mowed 4 or 5 lawns every summer.
Yeah.
For $3-4 a piece. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't a lot, but I saved my money all summer. At the end of summer, if I wanted something, I went and bought it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My parents didn't go out and buy us what we wanted.
I used to
mean,
shovel walks.
Yeah.
In driveways and stuff like that. I would go around town
Used to
with
be-
my shovel.
Used to be get out early before the other kids did.
Yes, exactly.
I remember shoveling sidewalks for 50 cents. And
Yes.
now you can't get a kid to do it for $50.
no.
It's
No,
true. How many
very
kids you see
true.
out walking around with shovels in a snowstorm?
Not very many.
Smart ones.
Well, I see them posted here. There's kids in town that
Kathy's kids.
offer to do it. Yeah.
Kathy's kids are out there
Yeah.
all doing. They made $1,000 one snowstorm.
I have no doubt.
You know, I talked to a couple of kids and like, I don't want to do that.
No,
It's too cold.
snow's
really?
heavy. It's heavy snow.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I don't want to do it. But I was out there.
Mowing lawns. How many kids you see out pushing a lawnmower around the neighborhood to mow somebody's lawn for them?
Very damn few.
They don't want to work for anything. It's like you said. It's
Well, if they can
entitlement.
Yeah, I mean, if they can use the lawnmower with an Xbox controller, I think you're probably
Yeah.
good.
Look at the cars they're driving.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not a lot of them are driving cars better than I have, for
Yeah.
Christ's sakes.
My first car was a 10-year-old Volkswagen.
Yeah, but it's all going to come around, man.
It has
It's
to.
all going to come
Has to.
around. I mean, this stuff's good. Somebody's got to pay for it somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
I
I mean, a lot of kids today have no worries at all. They go home and mom and pop are feeding them, and mom and pop are giving them this, and mom and pop are doing this. They ain't paying anything.
Part-time job? No.
Are you kidding me? Why would I want to do that?
I even made a comment myself. I said because people are buying like their own food.
Mm.
Don't touch their food.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. But they're going to sit around the table for dinner that they didn't pay for.
Mm.
Yeah. I hear you.
But that's it. That's everywhere. You know what I mean? It really is. It's just,
Yeah. I think the difference too is you got to keep in mind too that previous generations back in the 40s, when you were an 18-year-old, you went in the Army, Navy, whatever, because we were at war.
Right.
So you went there, man, and you grew up quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then in the 50s, what happened? We had the Korean War. Guess what? You grew up quick then too. Right?
Yeah.
Then you had the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
You grew up quick there too. You were 18, 19.
okay, what about just tough love?
Yeah.
Tough love from your parents. My mother did that to me. I was a spoiled little bitch. I'm going to be honest with you. I was the only child,
Yeah.
and I was spoiled. But my mother stopped it one time, and it was just when it was over. It was when the gravy train was over. It was done.
Mm.
And I'll be honest with you, it was the best. I've said this to Melissa. It's the best damn thing that ever happened.
Yeah.
Because it forced me to, okay, this is what I got to do. And if I don't know, well, I better figure it out.
Parents are afraid of their kids today. That's
Yeah.
half the problem. Because the kid goes to school and tells the teacher, my mother beat me with a belt yesterday. And guess what? You got door knocking coming.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
There's a difference between abusing your kid and
Discipline.
Discipline. Exactly. You know, we used to get it. I'll tell you what, if you acted up in the store, you got it in the store. And when you got home, you got it again.
Yep.
I mean, there was no fooling around.
Yeah.
And you didn't dare go tell anybody.
Yeah.
You kidding? Because you'd get it again.
Yeah.
So there were, like, for example, there was a 2-pack of donuts in my house. You know, like from the Walmart price down
Oh yeah,
rack. You know, that you find them at the
75%
dairy-
off. They
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. So I went over and ate one of the donuts, and I literally felt like, oh, Melissa, were those yours? No, they were Sam's. Oh, Sam, those are your donuts? Yeah. Well, I ate one. Oh, guess what happened? The other donut vanished.
So you couldn't eat it.
No, well, not that I wanted to.
No, I know,
But
I
you know
know.
what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like, okay, but you know, but it's like, if there's dinner, well, we better let them know,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But
Mhm.
they ain't paying for that,
Yeah.
you know? So, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I'm just saying this is a lot of things that are happening
That's right.
these days,
That's right.
you know? And it's like, whoa. Okay,
You may not have known it until you did something like that. That it's in
I
your
didn't
own,
know.
in
I
your
had
own
no
house.
I know.
In your own house.
Right. And
Yeah.
there was another thing. There was a little little cheesecake cup, whatever that was in. And I feel like I've got to ask, who does it belong to? Nobody's asking me who the belongs dinner.
Mm.
It doesn't belong to you. Guess what's going to happen? Oh, I'm pissed off now.
Mm-hmm.
Come at me, bro. You know, that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true. You know, you sit down, you know, oh, I paid for this. You did?
You can ask if you can have some.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And instead of being entitled to
Yep.
just taking it.
Yep.
You know, okay. Honestly, who's going to say no? You know, I mean, whatever. It's food. But the thing is don't sit there and bake your own chicken for the week and then sit there and say, it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch it.
You can go bake it over the wood fire in the backyard that you had to start to cook it, right? Instead of
Mhm.
my electricity or my gas.
So they don't get it.
It just never stops.
Yeah. Cindy says, in our house, we have food for the house and a few items that belong to specific people that they bought for themselves. Okay. Cindy, let me ask you a question. Do those specific people that have their own items that they bought for themselves, there's nothing wrong with that, but does everybody pitch in for the common food, or is it just you? I'm going to get holy hell for this.
I don't know. I have to fight my wife for the food.
I don't know, Paul. I'm not so sure of that. Either that or you're winning.
All right, Cindy. So since you're going there, what do you charge your kids for rent?
Oh, I've heard that conversation before too. We never got, as kids, we never got charged for rent. My parents wouldn't do that.
But you did stuff. But you did stuff around the house.
Oh, you had no choice. Exactly. You got
Yeah.
told to take out the garbage. You got told to mow the lawn. You got, shovel the snow, whatever it was. Yeah, you did it.
You did.
Now, Cindy, I'm not asking you just because, as a benchmark. I'm asking you because everybody has different amounts and different reasons for why they do what they do. So, like, for example, I know, you put it out there. So let's go. I mean, what do you charge your adult children for rent?
Mm.
Let's just, yeah. She's like, oh, screw you, idiot.
No, it's a valid question.
It is a valid question. I know some that are charging their son, who you know who they are, $400 a month for rent, plus food. Getting an apartment, how much is that going to be?
Listen, pay that $400.
You betcha. And that's what the kid said to me.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there getting a haircut. you know, and
Yeah.
that kid was in there. He goes, when I started looking at how much apartments were, I said, not a problem.
Yep. You want 5? I'll give you 5.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Nah, I never charged my kids rent. Not once. My parents never charged us.
All right, Cindy, I see you dancing here. It's a percentage of their income. All right, so how much is your oldest paying? And I know there's a difference between the two. I get it, you know, but
It's confidential.
oh, it's okay. All right, it's confidential. Well, Paul, you just ended that conversation. Let's move
Well,
on.
maybe
Well,
she-
you don't have to tell the percentage, but listen, if she says, well, we charge them $300, I mean, maybe the kid's making $2,000 a week.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? I mean,
yeah.
that's not divulging.
The whole
anything.
point of this conversation is not how much somebody's paying.
If they are.
If they are, and what are they doing for it? Are they taking out the garbage? Are they mowing the lawn? You know, are they helping? Are they going ahead and they're participating within the house group?
Yeah.
You know, or are they just existing saying, where's dinner?
I'm paying rent, so I don't have to do anything, right?
Okay. $500 she pays.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to go anywhere else for $500.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's heat, hot water, you know, whatever else. Take
Yeah.
3 showers a day, whatever, you know.
Whatever. Sure.
When the whole thing I told you, like the whole tough love thing started with me. Oh yeah, there was no dinner.
Hmm.
You know,
Well, the
there
whole
was-
tough love thing was around many, many years ago. That was a
they called it tough love.
That
It was
was
a
a program.
movement. It
Yeah,
was
it
a
was a
movement. You
was a
know, it was
movement.
like yeah.
Yeah.
It was to get your kids to stand up on their own,
Yeah.
not be dependent.
Laura says, my daughter goes to school full time and works 2 part-time jobs. We don't charge her for rent as long as she stayed in school full time, which we did as
deal.
well.
That's not bad.
We
Maintain your
do
grades
ask her to
and-
help with things around the house. She pays for her own phone and car insurance.
Car insurance, gasoline, everything.
Yeah.
Sure. Nothing wrong with that.
When like for example,
It's
when
responsible.
Melissa's daughter, her middle child,
Mhm.
was in college for 4 years, she didn't get charged a dime.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I was the one that said, no, you can't. If she's going to school, you can't do that.
Go to school, keep your
Yeah.
grades up. Listen, stay here as long as you want. When that ends, then we talk.
Yep.
Yeah. But does that include going all the way to your PhD? Or is it just the 4 years and now you got to work it out?
Well, even that 4 years of college, listen, you're responsible for getting your kid through 12th grade.
Yeah.
After that, if they want to go to college, it's an option. It's not a requirement. So I don't know. I would give them the 4 years. After that, you want to go 4 more or 2 more for grad school or whatever you got to do. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Cindy makes a good point. My mortgage is my mortgage, and it'd still be mine, you know, when they're ready to leave,
It's true.
which is very, very true.
Doesn't
Yeah.
change.
For example, the internet at our house, it's not going to be any different,
No.
you know, if the kids are there or
Yeah.
not.
You're not getting charged for usage, so it's not like it changes every month.
Right. You can even make the difference. You could even make the argument for like hot water and stuff like that, but it's like
Pennies.
not really.
It's pennies.
Exactly. Same thing with electricity. It's pennies. The big thing is food, car insurance, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
That's where where really is. So,
Mm.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult. It's entitlement.
Some cases, most cases, maybe. Yeah.
What about when these kids have kids?
Well, that's the other thing. That's what I'm saying. 10 years from now, when those kids are grown up, how are they going to be? You know, because, you know, does it carry on? They're used to getting stuff handed to them. So does that mean the next generation of kids are going to?
Well, I can tell you,
Is it our fault?
there's one kid I know that wanted to make these with me and said, hey, you know, I'll make those. Matter of fact, do you guys need anything? I can come over and clean the building. All looking to make extra money
Mm.
and stuff like that. Do you find that today?
Not
No.
often.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but trying to go ahead and realizing, okay, this is what's going on in my world. I need to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of, you know, you see this, you know, happening with kids. And you don't really want them to have to do this, but we had to do it.
We had to do it. Exactly. My parents didn't buy my cars. They didn't pay my insurance. They didn't put gas in my cars.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they didn't charge me rent, but you know, it was a fair trade deal. I mean, between, like I said, mowing lawn, shoveling snow, whatever else. I mean, it was always
That's
something.
it. You know what? I couldn't agree with you 100 any more than I do.
Yeah.
You know, if you have kids that are in the house that are saying, all right, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
My father burned wood for many years, to not have to pay the oil bill, because back then oil was wicked high. And, you were out every Saturday and Sunday with him and a couple other people. We had a piece of property, cutting wood,
Yep.
loading trucks, hauling it home, stacking it, splitting it, stacking it, bringing it in the house. So, listen,
Yeah.
you had no choice. You did
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
yeah. And it's not, I don't think it's much different than when we were younger compared to the kids today. So I guess the point is that more that things change, everything stays the same. So when we were kids and stuff like that, guess what? There were a lot of kids out there going, when we were like in the late 70s, early 80s and
Yeah.
stuff, I'm just going to complain about it. What do you think they're doing today? If they don't want to do it, they're going to complain about it.
Yeah.
But then there are young adults that are just doing,
Mhm.
just like there were young adults back then that were just doing.
Sure.
So this goes, you got somewhere to go?
No.
This goes back to the whole roundabout thing. Is it entitlement, or is it really just the same thing as it was 40 years ago?
Yeah.
Just with a different bow.
I was saying, yeah, something is different though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it is really just the same. We can sit here and we can overanalyze, what some of the younger kids are doing today, what their expectations are. If there were expectations,
There's kids that are
depending on what their mindset is.
I don't know if it's lazy or just not motivated, whatever it might be. I've seen it personally with, people in my family, and it's like my daughter mows her lawn. It's like, you got 4 kids. Why are you mowing? She's a teacher. She's a full-time teacher. Why are you mowing your lawn? I mean, I don't get it, but you know what? Hey, if it works for them, who am I to come? It's not my business. But when you see it like that, it's like, wow, 4 kids sitting in the house watching TV or doing whatever they're doing, and you're out mowing the lawn for 4 hours.
Yeah, and the one's either a tractor or a powered push mower.
Yeah,
or,
she's on a little bit of a hill, so a riding mower is not great, but she does it, with a push mower,
Yeah.
and it's 4 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
When I mowed the grass when I was home, it was one of those push mowers without a mower.
Without self-propelled either.
Yeah,
You had to
no,
push
you
it.
had to
Yeah.
push that sucker.
Yeah. My grandfather had the rotary ones. Remember them?
Yeah,
One of them.
that's one of those.
You got muscles. You push one of them things.
That's right.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Or you get like me and you eat a lot of snack cakes. That's kind of what I did. But I did things around the house. I was told to do.
Got home from school and there was a list on the counter, and you better have it checked off.
So there's a list on the counter when you get home, right?
Well, yeah,
For you.
not for my mother though. No, it's my
Except you got Jenny telling you what to do.
the honeydew list, right?
Yeah.
That never changes.
No, there's always something.
I just don't want to hear in my house, it's because this happened like 3 times this weekend. If something's in the fridge, I'm going to effing eat it.
Mm.
It's like nobody else is asking. Why do I need to have the same courtesy?
Right.
I guess is the question.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying to be hard on these guys or whatever. It's like, it's just a fact of life.
Right.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be any different if you had a roommate? It'd be worse. It'd be worse.
You get a beat down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look at that. Just like that. A show about nothing is going to end for another day.
Hey,
Oh.
been about nothing.
Oh, God, I'm going to get some crap. I can see it now. I don't really care, to be honest with you.
You know what?
It is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like a duck.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no, I really honestly don't. I had a conversation last night. I said, you know why? I said, I don't care.
Mm.
That's just it. Anyway, all right. 27 days so I go on a cruise. Yay! I can't wait. I can't wait. Cindy's gonna be on that cruise.
Nice.
Cindy's daughter. Well, 2 kids are gonna go. Melissa's gonna go. Peggy, who was in earlier, she's going with her husband Dennis. Woo! And it'll be the Rich Canova show.
Yeah. Program director, assistant.
There you go.
Yeah,
You know,
he-
then you get some crap from the other job you don't get paid from. But
it is what it is.
I know. I just think it's kind of funny. I just like to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a smile involved in this morning. So it wasn't,
Good.
it wasn't like, yeah, wait till I tell him.
No, I didn't. I'm sure. I'm sure. It's fun though. I get a kick out of it.
Is what it is, and who cares? Is the bells.
I don't even know who he is.
Bells.
No,
See, Paul doesn't want to end the show because he's got to go home and clean up after cats.
No.
I did that this morning.
No.
How many cats you got now?
I don't know.
How many?
10 maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, he had like 14. They're going paws up.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
but he still
Indoor,
has.
outdoor?
No.
Yeah.
Indoor.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Thought that was bad with 6. Oh my God.
Indoor.
Yeah, we have 2 now.
That's my chore every morning. Go hit the litter boxes and vacuum and mop floors and whatever else has to be done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 cats, 2
Actually,
dogs,
she
and a
just-
bearded dragon.
She doesn't.
A
Yeah.
bearded
I'll do
dragon.
one.
Oh, he's awesome.
My niece had one.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys, have a good day. See you tomorrow. Scott Davis tomorrow
Oh.
Okay.
from the Board of Finance.
BOF, yeah.
So, well, no,
Tomorrow night's the meeting.
That's right. That's where we're having Scott tomorrow afternoon,
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
7:00 middle school.
Yes, sir. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here
See
on
ya.
SNS.